welcome to my live video, um, basically about Alexander Isak potentially joining Liverpool Football Club. Now, um, obviously nothing's been confirmed, and it's been absolute chaos today with Liverpool, so I'll just take you through everything that's happened in a minute. As it stands, the latest that we've heard from Ornstein and Fabrizio Romano, and I think Gorsty might have done something as well, is that Liverpool have submitted an interest in Alexander Isak and potentially a bid of around 120 million quid. Now, the rumour doing the rounds is that Newcastle have rejected it completely and utterly out of hand and have said, like, no chance of whatsoever. And that Liverpool will now be prioritising Etikeke. I cannot pronounce his name, but you know the lad I'm on about. I have tried for months to pronounce this lad's name correctly, and I don't know why I'm getting it so wrong. But yeah, I'll just it'll just be a short video. This I just wanted to give an update and also just go through the day because it's been absolutely mental, to be honest. So the start of the day, Liverpool received a bid from Bayern Munich, a second bid for Luis Diaz, Lucho, from Bayern for around 58 million quid, which apparently they immediately rejected, as in, like, no chance whatsoever. It looks like we're asking and holding out for about 85 million. I mean, Diaz has got less than 2 years left on his contract. Are we going to be getting 90 million quid for a lad who's got 2 years, who's 28? I'd probably suggest not, but Lucho, by all accounts, was and is quite interested in the move. Like I said this morning in my short, if you want to check it out, I would prefer to keep Luis Diaz, but obviously now with everything that's happened at the end of today, I mean, we could have I mean, to be honest, the way this is going, we could have a completely different forward line going forward. So yeah, so that was rejected out of hand. A few hours went by, and then we basically got linked with Ekitike. Ekitike, I think is how you pronounce it. Please let me know. We got linked with him basically, and it looks like we were about to match Newcastle bid for bid, and it just sort of came out of the blue, and it was like, oh right, okay, that's a bit weird. But then, literally, you're talking about an hour after that, we got news that Liverpool had made either an approach or a bid for Isak, but this was after the STK stuff that had happened. And at that point, I'm like going, what the bloody hell is going on? What is absolute bloody chaos, this? So, but yeah, apparently that got rejected out of hand, and Newcastle are sticking to the position that they don't want to sell. And I mean, they're under no obligation to do so. They've got like 3 years on the deal at the end of the day, and they're about to offer him a new contract. But I just wonder if Liverpool push it a little bit. Put it this way: if we've offered 120 million quid, if you were to put on 40 million more and put it, I know Newcastle what about 150, 160. If you all of a sudden put on 140 to 35, they are going to have a serious think about whether to sell him to us. Whether we go up to 140 million after spending what 125 on Verts, I can't see FSG doing that, but then again, I didn't think they'd spend that money on Verts. So yeah, so then we had the bid for, well, the supposed bid for Isak. I went to go and see my kid's school play. I come out, and then there's news that Darwin Núñez is being lined up for a move to any one of 4 Saudi Pro League teams. And I'm like, right, what is going on today? It's like, honestly, all day it's been like transfer domino day, basically. But yeah, apparently Núñez is now in, if not in talks, there's like genuine interest from the Saudi Pro League for Darwin, which has been further complicated because Napoli have just signed. I don't know the lad's name, to be honest. I think he's like an Argentinian striker or something. They've just signed a lad for about 30 million quid or something like that, who, from what I'm given to understand, roughly plays in Darwin's position. Now, if they've just signed him, does that then close the door to Nunes? Does Nunes then go to a Saudi money-rich team who can just give Liverpool 70 million quid? Because obviously, then if Nunes goes, if you put in the 70 million quid to the Isak transfer, and then say if you offer Newcastle 130, 140, technically, if you take the Nunes money off, you're talking that's what sorry, my maths is appalling, but you're talking what, 78 million quid. So yeah, we got news about that. And then there was some sort of random news. Now, I don't think this one is confirmed by any stretch of the imagination, but there's several outlets that were reporting that that we're also in discussions with Rodrigo from Real Madrid. Like, so by this point, I'm just like, what on earth is going on? This is absolutely bloody insane. So, yeah, I don't know how true this is or not, but Dave O'Cop, who I follow, and there's a couple of other people. I don't know if it's Florrie Plettenberg. I apologise if it's not, but there were quite a few reports that we'd basically submitted a bid for Rodrigo, who Madrid apparently have said can go for something random like 35 million quid. And I'm like, well, I know he's not played much for Real Madrid, but 35 million quid for a international footballer is not bad, especially one of that age. Obviously, it goes without saying, if I'm given the choice out of all these options, I'm picking Alexander Alexander Isak every single day, twice on Sunday. So yeah, and it's only just gone 20 to 8. So whether we hear any more stuff tonight, I've got absolutely no idea, to be quite honest. I don't know if there's going to be any further developments. I just had a look on Fabrizio's feed and Ornstein's, a couple of the lads from the Liverpool Echo. Yeah, there's been no further developments as of yet. I mean, the Echo have said that we are like really, really interested in obviously signing Isak. So whether something happens in the next 24 to 48 hours, I don't know. But with all the movement, so obviously with Napoli signing their striker, that forcing maybe Darwin's hand to go to Saudi, that giving Liverpool the money to spend on an Isak or an Etikike, Newcastle then being forced to choose between signing him and or keeping Isak, or doing both, or letting us have Isak or Etike. It's like this massive domino effect now. I mean, how the Rodrigo thing, which I'm not sure if I believe, but how that would fit in as well, I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine Liverpool are going to spend 150 million quid on Isak, but they certainly are not going to be spending 150 then an extra 40 million on Rodrigo. Because I mean, we'd be in the realms of spending like 400 million quid. I mean, apparently we can pay that. Obviously, we've got the Champions League money. We're obviously really financially stable with the league champions. We have got money to spend, and we've made a lot in transfer sales the last couple of years. But obviously, when you get into 500 million quid sort of territory, you've got to be mindful of PSR. Now, look, obviously, we've got, I don't know, the likes of Ben Doak to offer. I can't imagine Harvey Elliott's going to stay. You've got maybe a Jadon Dans who might want to go. You've got the situation with Ibu. If he's not going to sign, do you get rid this summer? I absolutely would not, by the way. I would rather just keep Ibu and let him leave the next summer, to be completely honest. But the point is, even an Endo, maybe, I don't know. The point is, there's a lot of saleable assets for Liverpool. So if you were dropping that sort of money, you could potentially, I mean, theoretically, you could spend 130 million on Isak and like make 50 million of that back on Harvey Elliott alone. This is without like sending the likes of Doak or Chiesa or Nunes. So yeah, obviously after everything that happened with Diogo, I don't think anyone wanted to talk about transfers, but obviously Liverpool, and obviously fair play to them as well, we can't sit mourning forever. I mean, we can definitely mourn, don't get me wrong, and I will mourn for Diogo for months and months and months, weeks and weeks and years and years and years and years. But I suppose for Liverpool Football Club and the admin side as business, their obligation is to take care of the football club and its interests. And if they can sign Alexander Isak, then they need to be in the market to do so. So yeah, looks like we're getting back into things. Also today we had Liverpool training, and we had the first training video. I've just seen Florian Wirtz wearing a Liverpool shirt or a training top and kicking footballs at Liverpool's ground, which is absolutely bloody awesome. I love it so much. Can't wait to see Florrie. I've actually just got tickets for the Athletic Bilbao game on Monday the 4th, 5th, something along them lines. So I'm very much hoping that he's going to play. Although doubtless I'm going to end up going to the Bilbao game where it's like the under-21s. But tickets were like 30 quid. So like I never get to see Liverpool live, or I only get to see him 3 or 4 times a year at most. So I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to go to Anfield, see us play in the last pre-season friendly, because it'll be the last one before Palace as well, in Wembley Stadium, for obviously the Community Shield. So yeah, as a little side note, obviously I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to go and leave a tribute for Diogo while I'm there as well, because I haven't been able to get to Liverpool from Leeds where I live just yet. So yeah, I'm going to go and get some flowers. That shirt behind me, you might be able to see. Obviously, it's like a tribute to Diogo. I've got another shirt that I'm going to take down with a little message from me and my family, and just like leave it at the memorial for Diogo. So yeah, that'll be August the 4th. So 3 weeks. 3 weeks on Sunday, 2 weeks on Sunday, something along them lines. Whatever. Either way, I'm going to be at Liverpool versus Bilbao at 5 o'clock. So let us know, guys, if you're going or not. Just to say quickly before I head off, I'm going to be recording a podcast for my Liverpool podcast series, which is Geek Boy, a Liverpool Story. This is all on my channel, and it's going to be about Hillsborough now. Now, I know this is a transfer thing, but there was an interview with Margaret Aspinall yesterday, basically talking about, I don't want to get to politics and all that business, but the decision to not have the Hillsborough Now law as it was originally set up. So I'm going to do something on that, because it's something I feel quite strongly on. Yeah, so that'll be on the channel this time next week, in the Liverpool podcast. Obviously, I cover Liverpool quite a bit as well. That's on my channel. It should be Geek Boy Does Liverpool, Liverpool FC, whatever it's called. If you're new to the channel, I do Comic Cons, Pride, film reviews, football, wrestling, yeah, just boatloads of crazy stuff, basically, hence the Geek Boy Meta moniker. So yeah, anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I just wanted to drop a bit of a live reaction. Like I said, I don't know if anything else is going to happen this evening. I'll certainly keep an eye on it. Like I said, there's lots of plates we seem to be spinning at the minute. Obviously, you've got will Darwin Núñez go to Saudi Arabia? We don't know. I mean, that's the other thing as well. If Darwin was to go and if Lucho was to go, just off the top of my head, you could be talking theoretically there's well over 120 million quid, 20 million quid worth of transfer fee there. Now, if Darwin and Núñez did leave, and they were both to leave, let's say, the next couple of days or weeks, you're talking theoretically that could pay the transfer fee for Alexander Isak. Now, if you were to, this is the problem, unfortunately, that if you were to get rid of Nunes, let's say Chiesa and Diaz, obviously after the horrific thing that's just happened to Diogo as well, you would be down to like Mo Salah, Cody Gakpo, and Alexander Isak, which is would be bloody brilliant. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, after that, you'd be having what, Rio Ingamoa, Ben Doak, and Jaden Dans, and obviously with the great respect to all three, because they're very young, three very talented footballers, and I would have no problem with Jaden Dans, by the way, if he was the sixth striker. I would happily have Jaden Dans as Liverpool's sixth striker now. But to have him, Doak, and Rio Ingamoa, if they were backing up Isak, Mo Salah, and Gakpo, obviously it would be a huge dip in quality. So for that reason, I would at least keep Chiesa personally. I mean, I think it's quite obvious he's fit now, and I think that was Liverpool's intention all along, either to get him fit for the team or to make a massive transfer profit. Because obviously, if we sell Chiesa to an Italian club, I mean, even though he's not played, I mean, we could be asking for what, I don't know, 25-30 million quid maybe. Or if you sell Chiesa, do you keep Elliott for one more year and say to Harvey, right, basically you are one of the pool of strikers now, so your job is just going to be like to replace Mo. But again, the trouble is with Harv, he can score goals, but like he can't run. Basically, he's not fast. I don't mean obviously he can run, but Harvey Elliott is not quick at all. I love Harvey Elliott. I think he's bloody brilliant, but he's not a quick footballer by any stretch of the imagination. So like I said, I will be putting this video on the channel to watch after it's done being live. So let me know what you think, folks. Do you reckon we end up with Isak? Do you want Ekitike, if I can never pronounce the man's name correctly? Do you want neither of them? Do you want us to keep what we've got? Do you want us to sell Darwin? Do you want us to keep Lucho? Do you want us to keep Lucho and sign Isak? Look, just let us know in the comments. And yeah, we'll wait and see. Like I said, I'll go live again if anything else happens today. But as it stands, I don't think we're likely to be making a signing or announcing a signing today. If it happens, you would imagine it's going to be towards the end of the week. But I think I'd be very surprised by the end of the week, put it this way, if there isn't some resolution on Nunes, Diaz, Ekitike, and Alexander Isak. Those seem to be the four that are like interchanging now. So obviously Napoli might still be interested in Nunes as well, but now that they've signed this lad, that might force Darwin's hand into going to Saudi Arabia, which then gives Liverpool the extra money, and then Newcastle know Liverpool have got the money, and yeah, maybe it all comes to a head, maybe in the next day, couple of days, who knows. But yeah, cool, folks. That's all I wanted to say, really. So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for the likes. Just to say quickly as well, in terms of the other stuff on the channel, I'll be going to Leeds Pride on this Sunday, which I'm doing live, and there'll be a vlog and shorts and all sorts of wacky stuff. 3 or 4 days after that, I'm doing San Diego Comic Con. A couple of days after that, it'll be WWE SummerSlam, and the day after that, I've just clicked. So I'll be going to... I completely forgot about that. Yes, so I'll be watching SummerSlam live in Leeds, and then because I've just realised what I've just booked, I will be getting up about 5 hours later to travel down to Liverpool for the game against Athletic Bilbao. So whoever is sat next to me at the stadium, I do apologise, but I'm probably like to be extremely hungover as well, because I'll be up in Leeds till like 4:30, 5 in the morning. So yeah, damn, I completely forgot I'd done that. So yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, anyway, cool. Nice one, folks. Like I said, all my Liverpool content's on the channel if you want to check it out. Like and subscribe if you like the videos or whatever, or just put it on social media, blah, 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 blah. Any support's appreciated. And if anything else happens with transfers tonight, I'll be back on later. I've just checked my other phone. Nothing else seems to have happened. So, yeah. With that being said, oh, hi, Ethan. You're all right, mate. Yeah. Yeah. That's basically it, folks. So, like I said, if anything else happens tonight, I'll be back on later. If we were to start parading Alexander Isak around Anfield at like 12:30 tonight, I will be more than happy to go back on, but that's not going to happen. But like I said, I reckon we could see something tomorrow at least anyway. So yeah, cool. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.